The meaning of life is that it stops. I am a cage in search of a bird. A book should be the axe for the frozen sea within us. I am a monster among humans and an alien among monsters. One soul, thousands of possibilities. It is often safer to be in chains than to be free. I have no friends, only accomplices. God gives the nuts, but He does not crack them. I am free, and that is why I am lost. Art is the axe for the frozen sea within us. There is an infinite amount of hope in the universe. But not for us. I am separated from all things by a hollow space, and I do not even reach to its edges. There are two main human sins from which all the others derive: impatience and indolence. Start with what is right rather than what is acceptable. I am caught in a cycle of self-questioning, with no possibility of self-redemption. Believe in yourself, and others will believe in you. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. The light of wisdom shines brightest in the darkness of ignorance. Youth is happy because it has the ability to see beauty. Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. I have the true feeling of myself only when I am unbearably unhappy. Don't bend, don't water it down, don't try to make it logical, don't edit your own soul according to the fashion. Rather, follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly. In the fight between you and the world, back the world. I think we ought to read only the kind of books that wound or stab us. If the book we are reading doesn't wake us up with a blow to the head, what are we reading it for? I have the feeling that I might never succeed in reaching the goal, and yet I cannot cease, weary as I am, to take my steps. From a certain point onward, there is no longer any turning back. That is the point that must be reached. There are some things one can only achieve by a deliberate leap in the opposite direction. Believing in progress does not mean believing that any progress has yet been made. The meaning of life is that it is to be lived, and it is not to be traded and conceptualized and squeezed into a pattern of systems. I write differently from what I speak. I speak differently from what I think differently from the way I ought to think, and so it all proceeds into deepest darkness. I am a forest and a night of dark trees, but he who is not afraid of my darkness will find banks full of roses. You can hold yourself back from the sufferings of the world. That is something you are free to do, and it accords with your nature, but perhaps this very holding back is the one suffering you could avoid. I write fiction and I am told it's autobiography. I write autobiography and I am told it's fiction. So since I am so dim and they are so smart, let them decide what it is or it isn't. The darkest hour of the night is the hour before the dawn. I am a memory come alive in people's mouths, and I will go on struggling like this against the horror and dissolution of this room as long as a spark remains to me. It is often the only thing that can secure immortality for us, art, creating things that will not fade. The true way is along a rope that is not spanned high in the air, but only just above the ground. I prefer a world with monsters, with those who growl and tear at one another, to a world with envious, frustrated, human moles. I write letters partly in order to receive answers, and partly in order to have someone I can tell how things really are. It's only because of their stupidity that they are able to be so sure of themselves. What seems to us as bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. A man of action forced into a state of thought is unhappy until he can get out of it. Deception is the most successful when the deceiver is deceiving himself. My guiding principle is this: guilt is never to be doubted. The alternative to despair is not hope. It is creativity. I am a freakish shoemaker, and I don't know the right technique, but I make it work with enthusiasm. Like a liana, I weave myself into the thick jungle of his thought. The moment you give up your principles and your values, the moment you laugh at those principles and those values, you are dead, your culture is dead, your civilization is dead.